Lifted trucks are useless. Lifted trucks can't be actually used. Lifted trucks are not practical whatsoever. Blah, blah, freaking blah. We hear this all the time from Karens who don't have the proper information about what it takes to make your lifted truck or show truck practical and useful. I know plenty of guys with massive lifts, wide wheels, and tall ass tires on their trucks showing up and flexing at shows while still being able to not only daily drive their trucks, but also use them. Now, what could that possibly mean? Sure, we could talk about some tuners or intakes that would help out with performance with a lifted truck, or we could talk about amp steps that are useful every single day, especially for them wives and complaining nonstop that your truck is too tall. But we aren't going to do that. Oh no, not today. I'm Lawson. You can find me on the gram at lawson.co. Don't forget the 2 N's. And in today's video, we are going to be focusing on a different modification that serves a useful purpose. Today, we're sliding in the pin and dropping it down to find out just what's the hype with Gen Y hitches. Woo! That's Dustin. That's Dustin behind the camera. I know, shocker. Before we get into it, if you guys need anything for your truck, wheels, tires, suspension, performance parts, or accessories, literally anything, we've got you guys covered. CustomOffsets.com, let's hop to it. I'm sure you've seen these beefy things on trucks rolling around town or at the boat landing or even at some of the big shows. Now that I mention it, I leave for Daytona tomorrow and I really should have ordered one for my truck. Damn it. Back in 2011, there was a man among many men by the name of Carl Borkholder who had an idea. At the time, Carl was in the landscaping business and owned a company that specialized in tree care. That's right, your trees need haircuts too. With a job like that, it required a truck and trailer to haul equipment to job sites. As he would go on in life taking care of the trees, he would become fairly frustrated with having to switch out hitches nonstop due to numerous trailers and trailer heights he used for the job. One trailer needed a 4-inch drop, the next only needed a 2-inch drop, and swapping them around just plain sucks. This became not only a hassle for himself, but also for his employees, and boom, the idea was born. Now, as the gears started turning in Carl's head, he thought of a way that would make his life as well as his employees' lives much easier. He began by designing an adjustable tri-ball Pinto combo hitch, which allowed his truck, or really any truck, to tow multiple trailers without swapping out hitches, and an adjustable hitch with multiple receivers was designed. And of course, patent, because that is literally genius. Carl came up with a fantastic freaking design. What the hell was I doing in 2013? Oh yeah, I graduated college and then did nothing afterwards.
You went to college?
I went to college!
For what?
To be a cop! As Carl started marketing the hitch, the floodgates would open and the heavens would rain down from above. The demand had these things flying off the freaking shelf in his garage and forced him to move into a warehouse in Berman, Indiana. Oh wait, this sounds familiar. Oh yeah, my Diddy Sean, when he started Custom Offsets out of his garage. Shout out Diddy Sean, love that guy. Now all that is great and all, but the mega duty was really the hitch that launched Gen Y. Back in the day, you couldn't get away with hauling these massive amounts of weight. Sure, you could have some decent weight behind a pickup, but a lot of hitches would struggle. Then Gen Y said, hold my beer. The mega duty lives up to its name and has the towing capacity up to 32,000 pounds with a solid steel design and construction. 32 freaking
what?
32 freaking pounds? It's not a lot, bud. Come on, Gen Y. 32,000 freaking pounds? This is insane. In the towing community back then, this was unheard of. After the mega duty hitch, the torsion flex hitch would be released, which was a design that had multiple stacked receivers with rubber bar suspension technology. Wow, Lawson, that sounds really cool. Well, buddy, let me tell you, it really is. This design will replace the amount of give and pull or force between the truck and trailer when hauling. Now, this might not be important if the hitch is powder coated, let's say candy purple, and just on there for looks at shows for an additional feature on your build. No, I don't have one, but I kind of want one. I mean, they sound pretty freaking cool. But how many of you tow? How many of you work construction? How many of you guys haul equipment around on the weekends? How many of you guys go camping and haul a camper or a UTV or anything really? Before this, I used to lay concrete, and I remember the amount of pull back and forth between the truck and the trailer when hauling a skid steer and the power trowels or whatever else we had to haul. Sitting in the back seat just trying to get a nap on the way to the job site that was literally 3-4 hours away. And I woke up on the highway with a face plant into the back of my foreman's seat. And then he's grumpy because now he spilled his freaking morning coffee all over his lap. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm literally gonna lose my job. I'm getting fired today. They should have a Gen Y hitch on them things. That added force with a crappy hitch with a ton of weight just isn't comfortable to ride with and isn't safe, especially for your face. In 2013, Gen Y would go on to launch their first website, which I mean is a good thing to have, especially with the amount of interest people had in their products. The website helped tremendously and it only allowed the company to grow like freaking crazy, like really crazy. This has allowed Carl to really focus on bringing new designs to the market, like their Spartan Torsion Flex gooseneck coupler and their exclusive Torsion Flex fifth wheel hitch. Sheesh. In just 10 years, which may seem like quite a while, but it's really not. I mean, Gen Y has grown from one person, Carl, to multiple owners and employs over 70 people. I mean, these hitchers are insane and Gen Y has you covered for whatever application you may need. Torsion Flex hitches, gooseneck hitches, trailer couplers, drop hitches, race hard torsion flex hitches, freaking motorhome hitches, fifth wheel pin boxes, some accessories, don't forget the accessories, ramps, and of course some swag. When it comes to hitches, there are all sorts of options when it comes to the size and durability of the hitch, as well as what the hitch is going to be used for. They have a ton of different options depending on what you are looking for, and it ranges from all sorts of styles and weight capacities. From their Rebel, to their Glider, to their Mega Duty, to their Boss, to their Gooseneck, to their Executive, to their Contractor, to their Victory Lane, to their Traveler. I think Gen Y has you covered, boys. So with all that being said, what's the hype around Gen Y hitches? That's why we're here. Well, boys, if you have ever towed or been in a vehicle while towing a load that is way too heavy than your hitch is rated for, it's not a good time. Or let's say your truck is jacked way up and you would still like to tow some stuff on the weekend and use your truck still. Gen Y designs these hitches to be safe, to be sturdy, to be functional for any application. I mean, look at the freaking K350. That thing has been to SEMA. That thing has been to multiple truck shows around the country, and a lot of times it towed a truck, whether it was Banker's truck or Junior's broken Bronco. RIP. When you have an 8-inch lift on your Super Duty but want to get some function out of your truck as well, that's where Gen Y comes in. That is the hype. That is why everyone loves Gen Y and their hitches, because they are designed with thought. The products are made in America. The products are beefy. The products have great warranties, and the products won't disappoint. And to top it all off, the owner designed these hitches for the working man who uses his truck and wants a quality product that won't leave him frustrated at the job site, just like Carl was back in the day when his idea came to mind. Choosing the right hitch can be a big decision. It can be hard, but Gen Y makes it easy to choose the right hitch for your application. That's what I got for you guys on today's video. If you guys want to check out some Gen Y hitches, you can do so on our website, as well as all the other goods, wheels, tires, suspension, performance, accessories, all that stuff, customoffsets.com. I'll see you guys in the next one.